Welcome back to the Chammy, the only Chammy where you can get a professional tarot card reading right here from a haunted house inside a haunted card in a haunted, enchanted city from an enchanted forest. Doing a live energy updates today for $1. Journal for 7, 10, 15, as well as we can go in depth for 20, twin flames. Um, Everything you need to know is in the description about the pricing for the tarot cards. The grief counseling and life mentoring sessions are also $1 a minute, as well as the cards are $1. Hi, babe. I hadn't had a chance to respond back because sometimes if you wait too long when you're doing when you're creating the lives, it'll time out. I didn't want it to time out, so I was gonna text you back, but I didn't have the chance because I didn't want the live to time out. Because I've been sitting here for like an hour going derp, de derp, 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 de derp, typing everything in. So if you just found this message and it's not live and we're not live here, then just go ahead and skip to the end because there's a free collective message for everybody during these paid live readings. Yeah. I'm here with my trusty jar, having my iced coffee from my jelly jar. My niece is like, I'm gonna. Yes, Southern hardcore. My niece is like, I'm gonna buy you some pretty glasses, Auntie. I'm like, no, don't do that because the dishwasher's from 19,000 years old and rusting out, and it'll just make the pretty dishes and glasses look bad. She's a couple years younger than me, and I'm like, the jelly jars are just fine. They're doable and durable. Hey, Jeremy, how are you today? I'm hoping that you guys will get a chance to see my pet fireflies. Let me make sure I got the call center going. I don't understand why the new call center is not working. Um, Addison tried to call me on it yesterday. It asks her for a 7-digit PIN. The company does not give a 7-digit PIN. They only give us as readers or client or independent contractors a 6-code PIN. So I'm pretty confused. And it's pretty depressing because you only make 20 cents a tarot card reading. And it only allows you to type one tiny sentence back if you're chatting in text. It's ridiculous. I did apply for like 10 other jobs this week. It's kind of a headache. Oh yeah, I was gonna say if you found this live, okay, and you're looking for the free energy update that's a collective message for everyone who joins the chat or finds this at a later date when we're not live, just skip to the end. It's a timeless tarot. Timeless tarot means that it's good for any time that you may find it. No, I can't, Jeremy, because I'm not artificial intelligence. But don't fall. Addie bear. Addie bear. So I'm just gonna wait for maybe a few more people will come and chat, and then I'm gonna start talking a little bit about some of the things I've been wanting to cover in regards to law of attraction, law of assumption, um, living in the end, and what that means. What else have I got here in my notes? Manifesting a specific scenario or specific person, place, or thing, and you've done the work so well that your world around you see it changing, but you don't see your specific person or specific goal showing up, and something else shows up instead, or it works out in some other way, and why that happens. Today, what was it that you called it, Addison? Birds before lake. It kind of sounded like pearls before swine or something, or birds before land or something like that. I had never heard the phrase until you said it today. Hey, Michael Carter, how are you today? Birds before land, yes. So Jack Mack has not been in chat, by the way, for a couple days now. I did send him a message on Instagram and took a screenshot of it. Did not hear back from him today by 3 p.m. I did tag him on the thing. Guys, what should I do? Like, Trouble Woman didn't claim a reading. Jack Mack didn't claim his reading. Firespawn claimed her reading. Should I just like go get the Greek magic hat and try again? Should we wait for Jack Mack to show up and tell him? Jack Mack is AI. What should we do, gang? I thought I would just ask the chat instead, Addison, because oh, I'm gonna poke him again on wake up, oats. So you see it right here. I'm trying to contact him so that stupid phone. Well, it's been more than 24 hours. He hasn't responded. So what should I do? I gave Trouble Woman 48 hours. I usually only give people 24 hours to respond or claim their reading. So should I get the magic Greek hat? I don't think Addison is great for Jack Mack, but okay. Greek hat, Greek hat, Greek hat. All right, I'll go get it. I'll be right back. And if he does come by, like if he does come by and realizes, and Trouble Woman comes by and realizes that they didn't claim their 40 card in-depth tarot card reading, I mean, I'll definitely like give him a free energy update or something. I'll be right back. There's already 2 people who didn't claim their readings. So let's go ahead and see who it's going to be now. Okay, I got a name. Let's see what it sounds. Oh my gosh, it says, Jesus Christ, it says Addison. Addison, are you going to claim this now? Or am I going to have to wait a couple of days? So if Jack Mack comes by, he'll get a free energy update. If Trouble Woman comes by, she'll get a free energy update. But Addison, you've won the 40 card in-depth tarot card reading. Since Trouble Woman and Jagmat could not make it, I'm pretty sure that they would love the fact that it got passed on to such an awesome person like you. But they'll still get something. I'm still going to make sure that if I see them, they're going to get a free energy update. I feel so bad. Both of those people really deserve it, and also they probably would have been very grateful to have like gotten that reading, but they'll always have another chance in the future. Okay, Jeremy. All right, I'll remember that. I promise. And so will everybody here. So the one reason that I do the contest is because not only because like I haven't been doing the free energy updates, one question, one card for one subscription, because I have been I've been recovering from some of the stuff that's been going on with me the last month. And I haven't been wanting to give out too much energy, but I still wanted to like offer something to new subscribers to bring them in. And also offer something fun to everyone who's on the channel to look forward to. Everybody always looks forward to winning something, and I always win because you guys show up and comment and like and share and watch and donate and hang out. Winner, chicken dinner. And that's what Dad's supposed to be making for dinner, but I don't know that I'll be able to eat it because it's a roasted chicken that like was cooked somewhere else, and usually they have something called natural flavorings in them, and like natural flavorings literally means that like there's probably going to be black pepper in it, and I can't do black pepper. I almost lived eating cake last night. Couldn't sleep. So before it gets any darker, now that we've got a winner and it claimed it, I've got everybody's names in the Magic Greek hat on my head now. I'm going to try to get into some of the stuff I wanted to chat about in regards to manifesting. It might even be just a little too dark for me to read my own notes, but I'm going to try. Have you guys seen any fireflies yet? That's not going to work. That's not going to work. Yeah, it might be just a little too dark for me to read my notes, but I am going to go over a few things in general about what I hope to accomplish in regards to sharing with you guys on my ideas of how you can't fuck up your manifestation and why. Why? Because you were never stuck with anything, and why, once again. Especially when you are living in the end, what living in the end is. What are some different techniques that you can use for living in the end, and what are some really easy, like, sustainable tricks I've used to serve that ending instead of serving whatever the fucking is that's showing up in my 3D reality. Knowing the difference between what's right, what's wrong, what's reality, and what's not reality, and knowing that you have the power to create, shift, and change things, as well as your specific person not showing up, your specific manifestation not showing up, but all the other fucking is. and why that's happening. And how you should keep persisting, and easier ways to persist. It's a little bit too dark out here for me to get through all of this stuff, but I can still talk about it with you guys and my own experiences with it. Like Addison and I will talk all the time about how, you feel like you're doing your affirmations or your scripting or whatever you guys do to get into that feeling state that you have what you want already. Like, I think I gave you some homework once, Jeremy, to go back to feeling. I don't know if you remember this though, because you've kind of been out of it since you came home from your accident, but going back to what it felt like when you felt healthy, whole, and complete before you got shot in the back. Remembering that feeling, embodying it, so that your body could heal a lot quicker than maybe it would if you weren't said to be, impressing that upon your subconscious that you are happy, whole, healthy, and complete. What gunshot wound in the back? See what I'm saying? Like the same thing I did or have been doing or tried to stay focused on despite the chronic pain in regards to my accident, because there are certain things about my accident that I want to turn around. There's certain diagnoses that I got during the car accident that I want to turn around. So I tell myself, I don't have brain tumors. What are you talking about? I mean, yeah, I go yearly to have a total evaluation of all my issues that were found, after the accident, but still I'm creating, in regards to my health and the nourishment I'm giving my body and my vortex in regards to that diagnosis, in regards to all those diagnoses. Oh, I know you'll never forget that feeling, which you're talking about the feeling in regards to getting shot in the back, right? But you also don't want to forget that feeling of healthy, whole, and complete. I'm always healthy, fit, and well. Always been healthy, fit, and well. So that's why I stated go back to a time that you can remember that and superimpose that over the PTSD, trauma, the whatever, and it might help you, it might not, it might take a long time, but you can accomplish it. It is something you can do. People change the way they look all the time, but you can also change the way that you feel and your own health in regards to manifesting it. Yeah. Yeah, that can be a pretty feeling at all. Um, so, so like they also tell you that even if you think you've messed up your manifestation, you can just revise. Like Cottonfly, when you might be hanging out with your specific person and maybe you feel silly or triggered by the fact that maybe you messaged them and didn't get a response or didn't get the response you want, and it stays on your mind and you wonder, maybe what can I do that's different next time? Well, you can start with your feelings by revising it, and changing in your thoughts and your feelings about what did happen with a text message or your communication or your time together. Um, so especially when you live in the end. And what is living in the end? When I first heard this expression, I was like, what? Well, I'm a death doula. What do they mean living in the end? Like, on my deathbed? Like, what? Like, what do you mean? I'm so confused. And because of my neurodiversities, the first time I heard that phrase, I was like, I ain't doing it. That ain't me. Nope. Um, And then I realized how triggered by death I was still in my life. And at that time, I was persisting through certification in regards to, or training in regards to becoming a death doula. So living in the end can be, every day you serve the manifestation that you're creating, that you want, and why is it once again that you want this manifestation? Because it make you feel better to have it, for it to be yours, right? So feeling the frequency that you already had it as much as possible. But if you're not able to hold that frequency all the time, or you can't get to that point, it doesn't matter either. I mean, you don't even have to believe it. As long as you're feeling it is done. Like, that knowing, like I've talked about this before, like I knew, like when I was a kid, like I knew that, like, I just knew that I would be a great singer someday. Even though vocal teachers were like, I can't teach you a thing. I knew that I would be a great musician one day and write and play great guitar or whatever. And even though I didn't always have the best teachers, I taught myself as much as possible what I could. Even if I had to like mimic someone for a little while just to teach myself. Even if I had to sing Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You 100 times and sing Dolly Parton's 1,000, so that I could correct some of the ways that I hear things, and my dialect would become better with singing. They told me we can't teach you a thing because you're mostly deaf anyways. So I just kept persisting with also that thought that I told you about Aunt Addison, where it's like, oh, I can do better than this. I can do better. I'm better than this. Sorry, I probably shouldn't be slurping on YouTube. That's so rude. So just knowing that I would be a good singer one day was has been my whole metaphor for, and seeing it happen has been like, okay, yeah, wow, I manifested that and didn't even realize it. So what I've done a lot in my life is, if I'm feeling down or blue or freaked out about something that maybe I haven't seen show up yet, like I really want to find people that I can play rock and roll with, that I can play music with, that I can make records with, right? And I want to match up my frequency to people that might want to do that with me. So I'll get real clusterfucked in my head about it, because it's like, okay, do I stay in Atlanta and I start a band with this one or that one, even though I'm not so sure how serious they are about their own music career? Are they more serious about serving their boyfriend's music career, or more serious about serving their own? Like, or could I, or should I move, to Nashville and start a band with those cats, or just stick with my drummer? It's just the guitar player and the drummer thing like we have for years, or do I go to LA and play with those guys? Hi, you okay?
I just put the chicken in the oven.
Okay, I'll put a timer on. I'll put a timer on because it'll have to stand for at least 25 minutes.
I'll take care of it. We'll have to do that.
It's already done.
I'll put time.
Yeah, I love Whitney Houston too. So once again, instead of trying to micromanage the next step, or worry that it's never going to happen, or freak out because maybe someone's like, oh, there's nothing for music for you anymore, or whatever, I just keep telling myself what I've always told myself, whether I was 5 years old or 25 years old or 30 years old or whatever fucking age I am now. It is done. Also, remember that age is just a chronological way of keeping track of how long you've been on this planet, and that's it. So sometimes at the end of the day, it was too difficult for me to live in the end of whatever it is that I want. It gets too difficult for me because there are several different options, and once again, it becomes difficult for me to pick the option I want the most. So I just put my hands up and say it is done, and then let each day unfold. And sometimes that's all you can do. But there is other stuff that's random, that you can manifest in your vortex. It's, but no manifestation is too small or too big. I mean, it's limitless, carefree limitlessness, if that's even a thing or a word. I forgot to put put a pinned message at the top. I'm gonna go blind. Let me turn that down for a minute. All right, I'm back. Limitless. I need to watch that movie. I've never heard of it. Is it a good movie? So living the end can be just as simple, Addison, as just knowing it is done. I was listening to the reading today that you got from our mentor, and I can see where it's like what she sees and what I see are two very different things. But I still feel like there's been a shift. And the shift is that he's feeling like he's put a lot into those kids and a lot into that house and a lot into those other people and a lot into that timeline, and he's not getting what he wants from them as a, you can only find so much financial security before you become completely lost because you have no emotional security. You can have emotional security and be your own good, well balanced, but you can't, you can't live a life alone. And I still feel like he might be feeling like he's out of control in regards to that situation. Okay. And he accepts it. Seems like, well, yeah, he's been accepting. He's known this for a while now, and he's and and realizes he has accepted it, and he's sick of accepting it. Man, the dog is barking again. Oh God, it's so annoying. Why do people get big, huge dogs and then ignore them? So how's the sound now? Is the sound okay? Can you guys hear the dog barking? Okay, haunted electronics that just froze up. All right, right on. All right, because I've had to like put on some supersonic sounds that we can't hear to get the poor dog to calm down. Um, it's funny because I've actually had a couple friends come by and be like, "What is that annoying sound?" And I'm just like surprised. Like you're a human being. You're not supposed to be able to hear this. So basically, I had written all this stuff out because I wanted to talk about that kind of stuff. See where people were going in regards to their manifestation, what they are trying to manifest, what is it that's important to you in regards to maybe what you might not be understanding about your thoughts and your feelings in regards to how the law of attraction or law of assumption works, or what even living in the end is. Not everybody knows even what that is, or even people will be thinking, okay, I'm going to try to manifest this or that, or even my specific person, but then something else shows up in place of it, which is only showing you, that your SP or your manifestation is coming in next. Like, here's an example. Manifesting your specific person, right, or whatever it is that you want with your love story with them. And or it could just be a friend, or it could just be a specific person in general that you want to change the dynamic about the both of you. Um, persist with your thoughts and feelings and what you want, okay, and living from that it's already done. Like, you guys can see the fireflies in the way. Just awesome. Um, persisting. Not everybody knows what persisting and living in the end is, but it's just knowing once again that it's done. That dog is totally like, keep getting off track because the dog keeps barking. Anyway, so a couple examples I was talking about in regards to manifesting, but manifesting eggs Benedict, but scrambled egg shows up instead. This could be a glitch in the matrix, but it could also be law of attraction, which is why I like law of assumption better, because I feel like with law of attraction, once again, it'll turn into something like what I want. Is it better? Well, it's not worse, so I can't complain, right? But SP not showing up, but your ex shows up, or you want to manifest winning the lottery or a lot of money, and the most broke days of your life start showing up instead. Like, I feel like that's a sure sign as well that your manifestation with money is quite possibly coming in. Many people will say, oh, well, yeah, I just listened to this subliminal and then all this money started pouring in. Or I just changed the way I thought about money and then all this money started pouring in. But not everybody's able to do that right away. Some people have more resistance against bringing in money than they do even love or friendship. Okay. But I try to figure, why would money be any different than love? Why would manifesting a new car be any different than manifesting your specific person? Why would manifesting a house be any different than your specific person or your specific want or need or whatever it is that you're hoping to get in your life that you don't have, that you feel if you had it, it would make you feel better? Yeah, the fireflies are out and they want to hump. It's the only reason they come out is to mate. Isn't that cute? Um, so I feel like if manifesting gurus and mentors are saying, oh, well, your X is showing up when you're trying to manifest your specific person because you are shifting your self-concept, so everything else shifts with it, which I have seen. I'm not sure about anybody else in the chat, but if you've had an experience like this, please share it in the comments or in the chat. I'd love to hear about it. What is that creepy noise? Anyways, I figure if they will tell you, if Neville Goddard's law of assumption techniques will tell you that SP's not showing up, but X is, but that just shows everything's shifted. They're right around the corner. Has to be the same with all your other manifestations. Like, oh, I'm manifesting great health. Oops, got a cold. But after you get the cold and you get better, you're just going to be on top of your game. So I figured, I mean, I know it's weird to like compare an inanimate object to an actual human being, but but yeah, so that's kind of what I've been thinking a lot about today, and thought I would come by and chat with you guys. It's a little bit too dark to read some of my notes that I took, but I'll bring it back up in the next live that I do after I have dinner, because I'm going to come back later tonight and see if there's anybody else around. I'm experimenting. Incoming call. With trying to see what times people call. Hey, how are you tonight?
Hi, I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks so much for asking. So, do you need someone to talk to tonight, or a tarot card reading, or do you need both? What's going on?
Yeah, I wanted to ask about somebody that that I'm interested in. I wanted to
Okay.
get a reading on me and Michael.
Okay, and what is your most important question that you need to have answered right now about you and Michael?
It's are we gonna reconnect?
Spirit, what does he need to know right now about reconnecting with Michael? Is this your specific person? I mean, I know I'm about to say a specific person, but I just thought I would ask while I'm shuffling.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I've tried to date other people. Like I literally went on a date tonight, and it was just terrible. And every time
Oh, that's okay, honey.
I'm
It's because
trying to
you're in love
prevent.
with him. It's all right. And
Yeah, it
you
sucks.
you
So I
can
just really
absolutely
miss him.
reject that. It's fine. Don't put yourself on the naughty step for it. Just know that you're learning something about yourself, which is that you're in love with this person.
Yeah.
You feel dedicated to them. You feel loyal to them. There's nothing with that. So Spirit, will Eden and Michael reconcile? And what does she need to know about that? I feel you will reconcile, especially if that's something you really, really want. But let's see what kind of advice and confirmation we can get from Spirit. So you've got Nine of Pentacles, with the energy being the Four of Pentacles in regards to reconciliation. This person in this Nine of Pentacles really does like the way you take care of yourself, the way you are, the way you look, the way you not only care about yourself but others, and how independent you are. Okay, they do find you emotionally secure and financially well balanced. They also found that in you. I think that these cards, 9 and 4, I feel like they are saying you will reconcile, only because the world card is here as the energy behind these two cards. This is the most important card here. This is a big yes factor. This card's all about regeneration, reconciliation. I mean, is about regeneration because you're rebuilding that emotional and financial, territory. Those walls of foundation of trust and loyalty. And the world is really saying that the world is in your hands with this. So Spirit's asking, what is it that you want?
I was gonna ask too. Like I texted him on Saturday night, and he hasn't replied to me. And I was curious to know, like, and maybe this is a silly question, but like, do you see like when he's gonna get? Like, I put myself out there, and like he hasn't replied yet. So I guess the question is like, when is that gonna happen?
Well, we can most definitely ask the cards this question. But what happens when you got an Eight of Pentacles, which means that it will happen. You will achieve hearing from him. But you've got to stop contacting him through either feelings of despair or feelings of being triggered if you don't get the response you want. Because in regards to the situation, going frosty on yourself is not going to get you this Eight of Pentacles where you've achieved what it is you want. And that all comes through details in paying attention to your thoughts, your feelings, what you're saying to yourself about him, what you're saying to yourself about the situation, what you're saying to yourself about yourself, because he literally absorbs everything you're thinking and feeling. So what is it that you're telling yourself about you and him?
What is it that I've been trying to tell myself that like it's over because I haven't heard from him, and today's Monday, and we're supposed to reconnect like this week. So I guess I didn't know if that would actually happen.
Well, see, yeah, and so what you do is you turn yourself on to feelings that don't serve you. So all you get is what doesn't serve you. So let's change it around. You can do better than this. You can feel better than this. All right. Next time you contact him, I want you to use your voice so you can hear the emotion in it and the excitement in it about seeing and going out and creating action between each other, having a good time, so you can go back and talk about it in the future about how awesome that time was. Texting can be very cold. It can be cold as ice. It doesn't allow a person to really get into your vortex of feeling. Okay.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And
That's
also,
good. You see me and him long term.
so you've got this Eight of Pentacles. This is kind of somewhat of a long-term card because it's about the achievement. It's about knowing it's already done, that what you want. Even if you don't believe in it, knowing it's done because you feel it in your gut. This Eight of Pentacles is also, saying, so he could reach out to you after we get off the phone. He could reach out to you in 8 minutes, 8 hours, 8 days, hopefully not 8 weeks or 8 months. But based on you going within and changing the way you think and feel about it, you'll start to see him show up the way you want him to show up. But you cannot sit around going, it's over. You can't say that to yourself. It's over. It's over. Because you are creating, because you're emotionalizing it's over. See what's happening?
Mm-hmm.
See what you're co-creating with the universe? I don't know if you know anything about manifesting, but you're manifesting involuntarily, like you breathe involuntarily. So you might as well as clean up the thoughts and feelings. So Spirit, will they be long-term, and what does she need to know about that? What's the best advice you could give to her right now, Spirit? So let's see, sensitivity, paying attention to how you're feeling and what you want and being sensitive with yourself about it. You don't need to be sneaky with your thoughts and feelings anymore in your mind. Okay. Spirit knows what you want in this Queen of Cups. Okay. And knows what you don't want in this Seven of Swords. So start turning your back on those feelings and emotions that don't serve you. Okay. Guys are pretty simple. They want to be with somebody who makes them feel peaceful. They want to create action and a life with somebody or friendship with somebody that they can get back on the phone with them later or get back with them together later and be like, hey, remember when? That was so much fun. And Spirit says, you have a couple options here in this Two of Pentacles, staying calm in the Six of Wands so that you can better create what you want in this Three of Pentacles with him. Okay, with absolutely no conflict or competition.
And that makes sense. I mean, I will say I wanted to ask you, I did meet one guy that I actually like. He was very sweet and respectful, and do you see?
Lagged out a little bit, and you were saying, I met another guy, and I wanted to see, and then could you repeat that again, darling?
Yeah, of course, yes. Is it better now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. It wasn't your fault. Maybe Spirit didn't want you to ask that question, but
okay.
What was the question?
I was going to say, I did meet somebody else, and he seems to be very sweet. He's very respectful, but I wanted to ask, do you see it going forward with me and Brett or me and Michael?
Spirit, what does she need to know about going forward with Brett? So yes, you could be very victorious going forward with Brett. In regards to Michael, you've got the Wheel of Fortune showing, that guy could quite possibly be your destiny, but it's like, which one floats your boat the most? Which one makes you feel yummier? Which one makes you feel good about yourself?
Michael.
Yeah, these are all very important questions you have to ask about yourself, because just because someone's sensitive and sweet doesn't mean that they're the one. Michael can be just as sensitive and sweet too, but how is he showing up to you in your head? What are your assumptions about him? What are the limiting beliefs and circumstances? That's why I do grief counseling and life mentoring sessions with tarot cards, because it helps people better understand, where they're at in their journey, what the next step is to take, and what the roadmap is to get on to get their heart's desire. So, but really, the Wheel of Fortune is showing how Michael is definitely your destiny. There is a timeline where you're with both guys, okay? And I'm not saying literally in a relationship with both of them at the same time. Anything's possible. But what I'm saying is that, you're literally in one reality with one guy and one reality with another, and you've got whatever relationship that's beautiful to you going on. But you have to match the frequency inside. You have to be the change within that you want to see on the outside. I know that sounds so Disneyland, but really, your thoughts today are the future tomorrow. So here's the best advice that Spirit can give you.
I can't connect with anybody else. I've tried.
Yeah, I know, and that really shows how much in love you are with him and how dedicated you are to him. Look, you need to tell him how you feel and stop hiding it in this two. You need to stop hiding your vision with this Two of Wands, which is your vision, and this moon. Stop hiding your vision. Try to get in connect. Don't try, just do. There's no such thing as try. Get on the phone, leave a voice message, say, hey, what's up? See if you can get to the point where your thoughts and feelings are lining up with the manifestation you want in regards to communication. Have imaginal acts if you have to before you go to bed, as if you both have reconciled already and that you have what you want. But you really need to think about what you want. But you got to throw all logic and circumstances out the window, like I'm gonna contact him and he's not gonna reach out, or reflect the way that I wanted to reflect. Because you have to go within and change your self-concept to create what it is that you want. Spirit says you can do it in this Ace of Cups, which is about love. And you can do it without conflict, by being better to yourself with your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And
yeah, the hard part is I'm literally a bull in a china shop. Like, the thing about me is I don't really do anything like very subtly. So like with him and I, when we talked on the phone a month ago and we agreed to basically like not talk for a month, you know, I was like, okay, sure. But like now that time has come where we're supposed to talk again, and I've texted him and you know, he hasn't replied, and I'm about ready to send him another message and be like, yo, so like you're on my calendar this week. What's going on? Like what's the plan? But
I don't know what this whole I hear all
steps.
this don't talk for 30 days crap. And it really makes me sad, because I'm sorry, it didn't work with me and any of my exes. We're all still friends. But it's because we didn't stop talking, and we were responsible for our actions and the things that we said and did.
Yeah, I think in hindsight, like I wish I hadn't suggested it, but he kept saying he needed space. I didn't really know what that meant. You know, it just was going to perpetuate the problem in my mind. So
okay, we've got 13 seconds. I just want you to know that I'm here for you. Please keep me updated. And if you feel inclined to leave a review, do it. If you need to call back, I'm here for you. I want to help that girl so bad. I wish I could just tell her to come here, but I'm not allowed to. So hopefully someday she'll just be on the Google and be like Stormy Blue Psychic. Hi, Rose. Welcome back to the Chammy. The only Chammy where you can get a professional tarot card reading right here from a graveyard. Excuse me. God, I love fireflies too. It was so good to get a phone call. It made my whole day. Hey Mojo, welcome back to the Chammy. How are you, dear? I did get your email. Didn't want you to think that I didn't. Did you get my response? I was thinking about you today when I was going over my notes. Talking about manifesting your desires, making your situations better regarding whatever you're manifesting with specific people or specific situations. So maybe go back and watch some of it, because I'll be going more into the detail of all that stuff that I talked about today later if I get online, or tomorrow. I'm just trying to see where I'm at right now with work and everything before we go have dinner to figure out if I'm coming back later or what. I do have such a good time getting online and doing these lives. And this week, you'll probably see me post and do lives at wonky times because I'm testing my own algorithm. YouTube suggests when I should post. I post, it's not successful when they tell me to post, so I'm trying something different. And what I mean by successful is like, I want to see at least 100 views in like a day at least. But sometimes I'll see 100 views in like minutes. I want that time again. Which it was last Saturday night at midnight. But when I did Saturday night at midnight this week, it didn't pop off like it did the week before. I have a great video of the fireflies in Nashville Park. I planted a bunch of peach seeds. I wonder what the name of the park was. They had a Juneteenth thing there last year. I wonder if that dog's gonna bark all night again. Yeah, I love that song, Fireflies. So I don't think that she's gonna come back on the call center. So I'll go ahead and pick up her reading. So I've been here for about an hour and no one has come by to purchase a reading. And I'm pretty much finished with talking about what I'm going to address this week in regards to mentoring, and I will be discussing it more later. Dinner is ready, so I'm going to go ahead and do the collective free message for everyone that comes by the chat now and go ahead and jump offline. And then maybe I'll come back later. Spirit, what do we need to know about tonight in the not too distant future? What do we need to know about tonight in the not too distant future? Somebody definitely wants to give you something special or share something special with you, maybe regarding emotional or financial security. There is a full moon in the sky. It is the time of the full moon, so maybe there's something that you want to share with somebody special. And Spirit saying that it is the perfect time. Don't keep it hidden in this moon, in this strawberry moon energy. The time between the full moon and the new moon is a time for you to think about the things that you don't want and let them go during the full moon. And preparing for between that full moon and new moon for the things that you want to draw in during the new moon. And then when the new moon comes, you work over that next fortnight up to the next full moon in releasing what you don't want during that full moon. So start thinking more about what you want instead of what you don't. So I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. I am going to go have some dinner, and maybe I'll be back later. Thanks so much, Mojo and Liz Love and Jeremy and Cottonfly and everybody who showed up today. Addison, thank you. Michael Carter, thank you. Rose, thank you. Really appreciate it, guys and gals. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Arrivederci, sayonara, kalanita.